So I have a couple projects that I want to do. Number one, I recently got a new bag. It's massive. I know I carry around a massive bag because, well, 1, filming equipment, 2, crafting, and 3, I have a giant water bottle that if I don't have somewhere to put it, like a giant bag, I will not carry the water and therefore I will not drink the water. So that is why I carry such a large bag. But it has this little clip thing here and I would like to make a bag charm. So that is one project that I want to do today. My other project I want to do is make a needle minder. So a needle minder is this little thing right here. You can put this on the front of the Ada cloth or whatever you're stitching on. So this piece goes on the back, this goes on the front, and then when you're stitching, you can attach your needle onto it so you don't lose your needle. These are amazing. I love them so much. I only have one, but I bought some supplies a couple months ago to make my own, and I kind of want to do that today. I have this cute little charm. It is a crab because I am a Cancer. I have a little tiny magnet to glue onto the back, and this right here, this came as a set actually. I got these off of Amazon and I figured this would be on the back side of the fabric and this little charm would be on the front side. It's really small, but I don't have a small one, so we'll see. I have a hot glue and that's all I have. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it out, and if it doesn't work, that's totally fine. I just have to make sure I am gluing the correct side to it. Tiny dab of hot glue. Glue the magnet on there. Okay, nice. And now I guess we'll see if it works. I have this right here. Put my little charm on there, attach that, and then here's the needle. Oh my gosh, there we go. So easy. This will be on the back and I can also attach it to the back. So if I'm working on the back side of the fabric and I need to put my needle somewhere, it can attach right there. It's not exactly the strongest magnet, but I'll just be super careful. It's a little bit stronger on this side for sure. Cute. And I actually have one more charm. It is a moon, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, well, the little heart popped off of this big magnet, and that's actually okay. So I'm gonna put a tiny dot of glue and then place the magnet on there. Put this onto some fabric, pop that on the back. Oh, it's so cute. The needle works on there. It's a little bit of an odd needle minder, but it's still kind of cute, and it actually works really well on this back magnet. Love that. Okay, so 2 little needle minders done. This is what I'm currently working on. I love it. So cute. It's perfect. So now I'm gonna get on with my bag charm. I bought this at Michael's last week. This is the smallest they had. I didn't quite know what the sizing would be compared to Ada cloth, but apparently it's kind of the same. So this is 7 mesh, which would be equivalent to 7 count Ada cloth, which is quite large considering 14 count Ada cloth is the largest I'm really willing to work with. So I made a little design, and I hope it's not too massive because I don't want the bag charm to be like huge, maybe 3 inches or so. So we're gonna try it on this, and then in the future I will buy smaller count mesh, and hopefully I can make smaller, more detailed bag charms in the future. So there's a few programs you can use. Obviously Stitch Fiddle is a really great design program for designing your own cross stitch patterns. I decided to try out Pixel Studio, which is an app, or you can download it onto your computer through Steam. I decided to just download the app on my iPad. This is what it looks like. I did like a little tiny mushroom. I hope that it's not too massive. Every 7 squares is an inch, so I drew out a box right here of 7 squares, so I'm hoping it's gonna be around 3 by 3, but we will see. So this is the pattern I'm gonna be going off of. I think I'm gonna use 6 strands of embroidery floss, so it's full. I have no idea. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, so yeah, let's try it out. The color palette I'm using is, I don't know if you can really see it, but the numbers are 151, which is like a pink, ecru, which is like an off-white, 210, which is a lavender, and 05, which is like another off-white, but like more brown, maybe? So yeah, let's try this out, see if this works. I don't have super high expectations for this. I mean, it's really all just an experiment. I wish I had known more about the mesh situation, but now I know. So, all right, right, 6 strands. Let's see how this first row looks. Okay, so not bad, but also not good. I feel like it needs 12 strands of floss, which I'm not gonna do because that is a huge waste of floss to me. And I'm running out of 210. I honestly think I kinda wanna get a smaller mesh. Maybe I'll just return this one and look for something a little bit smaller, because although it does look kind of good and like maybe when it's complete, it would look good, I just don't know how I feel about it right now. I don't think this is quite what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll just complete the mushroom and see how it looks. I don't know, I think it could be kind of cute. Maybe I should just continue on and make the whole thing and we'll see what happens. So I finished it. That's what it looks like. I'm still not happy with it. I kind of though want to finish the backside and maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be cute enough. I don't know, but I am out of the purple completely. I might have an extra one. I'll have to check. But if I don't have an extra one, then I might just change up the colors on the top part, the purple part. Maybe I'll do a different purple or I don't know, something different. So it'll be different on both sides, but you can see the plastic between the stitches and yeah, I kind of think when it's complete, you might not be able to see as much. So that's kind of why I want to finish it. Plus I might put some felt between the pieces so it'll be more solid and you might not be able to see the plastic as much. So that's what I was thinking with this. I guess I will work on the backside. There's just a part of me is like, why put in the time and effort and resources when I should just get like a smaller mesh and make something that I'm actually really happy with. So I might just do that. We'll get back to bag charm making very soon when I have smaller mesh. Okay everyone, so I have an update on the little bag charm that I'm working on. I went ahead and took all of the floss out of this one because I did use a decent amount and I bought better mesh. This is 14 mesh, which is much better than the 7 mesh over here. And I have been working on the mushroom and it looks so much better. So I'm trying to get this one done and then I'm gonna have to make another one, but facing the opposite direction. So then when I sandwich them together, they are the same. So that is what I'm gonna be working on throughout the day today. See if I can get at least one mushroom done. It's looking so good though, so far. Wish me luck that I can finish it without any issues. Also, I have been thinking about this cross stitch kit for a while now and I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. So I thrifted this a few months ago. It is a Teresa Winsler pattern and it is the Fruit Bell Pole number 41171. Here's what it looks like. It's a bunch of fruits and it is like 2.5 feet by 5.5 inches. I'm very excited to start this pattern, but it's so very complicated, like very complicated. So let me show you what a chart looks like. Here it is. It is a million symbols and yeah, it's just very, very complicated looking and kind of confusing. Not only that, but a lot of the colors are mixed. So you're using 2 threads of floss, but with 2 colors. And if you can see, there's like these little arrows with a symbol and those are pointing to 2 colors. And those are the 2 colors that you have to use. So there's a lot of color blending and my feelings are that I cannot wait to start it and like finish it. Although I do know it's going to take me a very long time. So it's going to be kind of in the background and I'm going to work on it when I can. And it'll probably take, I don't know, a year to finish. That's what I think. I have no idea, but I just know that it's going to be very confusing, very complicated, and mixing the colors together is going to be a bit of a challenge, especially with organizing the floss colors onto bobbins. I just don't even know how I'm gonna start that. There's also, of course, a lot of back stitching, but I was also trying to figure out how I'm gonna cross stitch this very long piece of cloth and how that was gonna go, like in a hoop. So I bought something that I just discovered that was a thing, which is something called a scroll frame. I'm gonna show it to you right now. So here it is. This sits on your lap. The top fabric is clipped on with these clips, and I also clipped the bottom fabric on down here, and then I spun this bar. So the fabric is around this bar, and then as I'm working on it, I can twist the top one and kind of scroll through the pattern. Does that make sense? It's pretty large. This is how it's looking. I was thinking, how am I gonna start this? Because usually for cross stitch patterns, you start in the middle and then kind of work your way out. But since this thing is 2.5 feet long, I'm like, how am I gonna start in the middle? It's just gonna be kind of confusing to figure out where that is. I figured I would just start at the top and then work my way down with whatever the first fruit panel is. And I think that that will work out actually. So yeah, I'm getting ready to start it, I guess. This is kind of like my first starting point. Who knows when I'm actually going to stick the needle in with thread and do my first stitch. But so far I have taken the first step. I will definitely show you what's going on when I do start this and my feelings about it. But I think I just need to practice a lot of patience and know that this is not going to be done in a week or so, and I don't need to rush through it. I just need to take my time with it, work on it in the background while I'm also working on other cross-stitch projects that, you know, don't take as long, and I'm gonna have to be okay with that. Okay, so I finished, well, almost finished the top part of the mushroom, but then I ran out of purple. I still need to put one more row on the bottom and then do the stem. And then I need to get more purple so I can make the other one. But here's how it's looking. So good and so much better than the other one. So I just went to Michael's to get 210 to finish my little mushroom, and of course they were out of 210. I feel like that always happens when I go to Michael's to buy embroidery floss. They're always out of at least one floss that I really need. So my plan is that I'm going to do like the opposite colors and do a pink one with purple spots, and I'm just gonna use like 211 or like 209 or something for the purple. I don't think you'll be able to really tell the difference that it's a different color, and I don't think it really matters. So that's my plan with this mushroom. I'm gonna work on it right now and see if I can finish the stem for it and start the pink one. So I have finished the mushrooms, so cute. And now I'm gonna walk you through what I'm gonna do to finish them and put them on like a key ring. So I have a whole bunch of loose ends here. I'm gonna go through and cut most of them off. I'm just gonna go around the edges with my hot glue gun, do like a really small amount of hot glue, and then I'm gonna fold the loose ends onto the hot glue so they will stick to the glue and not be hanging out. I don't really want to add too much bulk to them, but I also don't want any loose strands sticking out. And now I'm gonna cut them out. I'm gonna draw a little outline for myself so I know where to cut. So I kind of drew an outline. I am leaving one space of holes around the edge, and I'm also going to be cutting out like a little top part so I can attach the clip to it. So these are all cut out. If you're wondering how close I got to the edge, I just looked for the next holes over and then I cut those holes, if that makes sense. And now I am going to drill a hole in here for the key ring. I am using a drill simply because I have one, but you can use any hole poking device that you have available to you. And I'm simply going to line this up and just find the middle and drill in there. I am going to attach them to each other. I'm gonna do that by lining them up, and then I'm gonna go around the edges and stitch them together. And I think I'm gonna use green. I kinda wanna use this green color. You can use white or whatever color really you want, but I want to use green. I think that if I used white, it might blend in too much to the stem, and I figured green would really make everything pop. So I'm gonna use green, and I'm just going to go through matching holes of both sides here and just like whip stitch around the mushroom. I also think I'm gonna attach my key ring. So I have a little lobster clasp like this, and it has a ring right here, and I'm gonna attach that. And then I'm going to just kind of go around the key ring with the floss. This top part kind of looks a little wonky, but I think it's gonna be okay once I stitch around it. I don't think you're gonna notice it as much. I also wanted to leave enough room on the top so the ring wouldn't eventually rip through the plastic. All right, so it's on there, and I'm just going to separate my floss and start stitching. I really want to try 6 threads. I feel like 6 threads might be thick enough to go around and you won't be able to see the plastic. So I'm gonna try 6 threads first. And I'm going to go from the inside so it'll hide my tail like that. Kind of smash the tail in there and then go through this first one again, kind of like that. And then just kind of whip stitch my way through. Now I can still see the plastic, but I think it will be okay. Actually, I should probably go, I'm not sure if I can backstitch, but on my way back, I will go through and I will attach this in this hole right here, and I think that'll cover it nicely. Okay, so I'm coming to the end here, and what I'm gonna do is shove my needle into the middle and then try to come out like another end without ruining everything. So maybe like right here. So I have the needle going from here all the way out here, and I'm just going to pull it through. Oh, okay. That was so tough. Also, I was using this needle originally because it has a bigger eye, and well, I broke the eye. So now I'm using this giant one, and it has a sharp point. So this is sticking out the end here, and I'm just gonna cut it very close. There we go. And this is sticking out, but I don't know how to fix that. So here it is. Look at it. So cute. It's not the most perfect looking thing ever in the world, but you get the point of it. It was definitely difficult to go around. It helped with the bigger needle because it's just bigger and sharper, but in some areas it was a little difficult covering it, and I ran out of floss a couple times, which I just kind of tucked into the mushroom, and I think that's why this is sticking out a bit. I think maybe the end is about to come out, but it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But this side looks beautiful. Wow. I like the green. I'm glad I chose it. So cute. And here's my bag. Cute. I love it. You know, it's handmade and it looks handmade. So that's okay. I love it. I like how it turned out. For my first one, I think I did pretty well. I actually kind of want to make more so bad. And I also have so much of this plastic mesh. So yeah, definitely might make more in the future. But like I said, for my first little cross stitch bag charm ever, I think I did a pretty good job. And that's it for today's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was kind of all over the place, but that's how it is some weeks. I promise I will finish this yarn that I'm spinning probably next week. I just did not have time for it this week. I did a lot of cross stitch, as you saw. I will be hopping on the wheel soon and finishing this bobbin and then seeing if I want to ply with the same color or ply with something different. So yeah, there we go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.